I never thought 3 words whispered on a rainy night would completely rebuild what grief had stolen from me. If those words stirred something in you, stay until the end to discover how an accidental meeting between a workaholic CEO and a struggling single father created something beautiful from brokenness. This story might just be exactly what your heart needs today. If you find yourself moved, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to our channel for more stories that remind us of the unexpected ways love finds us. The rain fell in sheets across Manhattan, the kind that turned umbrellas inside out and soaked through the most expensive raincoats. Emma Chen clutched her portfolio to her chest as she sprinted toward the nearest coffee shop, her Louboutin splashing through puddles she'd normally avoid at all costs. At 42, Emma had everything career-wise: CEO of Horizon Innovations, a corner office overlooking Central Park, and a net worth that meant she never had to check her bank account before making purchases. But her apartment echoed with emptiness each night, a feeling she'd grown accustomed to ignoring with late work hours and international conference calls. The coffee shop door jingled as she burst through, water dripping from her tailored suit onto the worn wooden floor. Every table was occupied with people escaping the downpour, conversations and laptop clicks creating a comforting symphony of normalcy. "Sorry, just one seat left at that table," the barista called, pointing to a table where a man sat with his back to her, a small child's backpack hung over the empty chair beside him. Emma nodded, ordered her usual double espresso, and made her way toward the table. As she approached, her heel caught on an uneven floorboard. The world tilted in slow motion as she pitched forward, her portfolio flying from her grasp, papers scattering like autumn leaves. She landed directly in the lap of the stranger, her perfume mingling with the scent of his worn leather jacket. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," she gasped, scrambling to right herself, mortification burning her cheeks. The man's deep laugh surprised her. Well, that's one way to make an entrance. When Emma finally looked at him, really looked, she saw kind eyes lined with fatigue, a strong jaw with several days' stubble, and a smile that seemed rusty from disuse. "Dad? Why is that lady sitting on you?" A small voice piped up from the other side of the table where a little girl, no more than 7, clutched a hot chocolate between her small hands. "Good question, Lily," he replied, helping Emma to her feet. "I think the lady was just trying to escape the rain." "I'm so embarrassed," Emma murmured, brushing imaginary dirt from her skirt. "Let me help you clean up." Only then did she notice the scattered papers on the table, not business reports or market analyses, but drawings. Colorful, childlike illustrations of unicorns and rainbows alongside what appeared to be homework assignments. "I'm Jack, by the way," the man said, extending a hand. "And this is my daughter Lily." "Emma," she replied, taking his hand briefly before bending to collect her fallen documents. "I didn't mean to intrude on your homework session." "Thursday tradition," Jack explained, helping gather her papers. "We come here after school while waiting for Lily's art class across the street." There was something in the careful way he stacked her papers, in the gentle tone he used with his daughter, that made Emma pause. When was the last time someone had helped her without an agenda? "Do you like unicorns?" Lily asked, sliding a drawing across the table. "I made this one for my mom, but she can't have it now." Jack's face flickered with something, pain, Emma realized, before he gently intervened. "Lil, I'm sure Ms. Emma is very busy." Actually, Emma surprised herself by saying as she sat in the empty chair, "I love unicorns. And I have some time before my next meeting." That rainy Thursday marked the beginning. Emma found herself returning to the same coffee shop the following week, telling herself it was because they made exceptional espresso. It had nothing to do with wondering if a certain father-daughter duo might be there again. They were. Over the following weeks, Emma learned pieces of Jack's story. A former architect who now worked from home as a freelance designer to care for Lily after his wife Sarah's death from cancer 3 years ago. The way he spoke of Sarah, with love but without the raw edge of fresh grief, told Emma he'd done the hard work of moving forward while keeping her memory alive for Lily. Jack, in turn, discovered the woman beneath Emma's CEO exterior. How she'd built Horizon from the ground up after leaving a toxic corporate environment. How she sometimes felt trapped by the very success she'd created. How she hadn't taken a real vacation in 8 years. "You're good with her," Jack said one afternoon as Emma helped Lily with math homework while he stepped away to take a client call. "She makes it easy," Emma replied, watching Lily concentrate on her multiplication tables, tongue caught between her teeth in focus. "Not everyone thinks so," Jack said quietly. "Most people see the grief, not the girl." Emma understood. People saw her title, not her humanity. Her achievements, not her loneliness. Their Thursday coffee shop meetings became the highlight of Emma's week. She began scheduling around them, something her assistant Miranda noted with raised eyebrows after years of Emma being available 24/7 for work matters. "Dad talks about you a lot," Lily confided one day while Jack was ordering refills. "He says you're smart like Mom was." Emma's heart squeezed. "Your dad is pretty smart himself." "Yeah, but he's sad sometimes." "Less now, though." The first crisis came 2 months into their friendship when Emma received an urgent call during their coffee meeting. A major investor was threatening to pull out of a crucial deal. "I have to go," she said, already gathering her things, slipping back into CEO mode. "Of course," Jack replied, but something in his expression made her pause. "What is it?" "Nothing," he said, then reconsidered. "Just, be careful not to miss your whole life while building it." The words followed her into her Uber, into her emergency board meeting, into the late-night negotiations that saved the deal but left her drained and questioning. The second crisis hit a week later, when Jack called apologizing for missing their Thursday meeting. Lily had a fever, the babysitter had cancelled, and he was stretched thin trying to finish a design project with a looming deadline. Emma didn't hesitate. "Text me your address." She arrived at his Brooklyn brownstone with soup from her favorite deli, a stack of children's books, and her laptop. "I can work from anywhere today," she explained at Jack's surprised expression. "And I make a decent nurse when needed." His modest apartment told the rest of Jack's story. Family photos showing happier times with Sarah. Lily's artwork framed with the same care as the architectural awards tucked in the corner. A home built on love rather than perfection. By evening, Emma had fielded conference calls from Jack's living room while helping Lily sip ginger ale, watched Jack stress over his client presentation, and finally, when Lily's fever broke, helped him finish his design boards with insights that made him look at her with new appreciation. "You understand the creative process," he said as they sat on his small balcony after Lily fell asleep. "I started as a product designer before the business side took over," she admitted. "I miss it sometimes, making something with my hands instead of just orchestrating others." Jack studied her in the dim light. "Why did you come today?" "Really?" Emma considered deflecting but found she couldn't. "Because for the first time in years, someone needed me, not my position or my influence. Just me." Summer arrived, bringing weekend trips to the park, a disastrous but hilarious attempt to teach Emma to ride a bike she'd never learned as a child, and an evening when Jack cooked dinner at Emma's sterile but spectacular penthouse. "This place needs a kid's touch," he joked, looking around at her minimalist decor. "Are you offering to let me borrow yours?" Emma asked lightly, but something shifted in the air between them. "She's pretty fond of you," Jack said quietly. "So am I." Emma's phone rang before she could respond, another work emergency, and the moment passed. As summer faded into fall, Emma found herself at a crossroads. A major opportunity to expand Horizon internationally meant relocating to London for at least a year. The old Emma wouldn't have hesitated. The new Emma couldn't stop thinking about Thursday afternoons in a crowded coffee shop, about Lily's gap-toothed smile, about the way Jack looked at her when he thought she was focused on something else. "You've changed," Miranda observed after Emma delayed making a decision about London for the third time. "It's that single dad, isn't it?" Emma didn't deny it. Is it wrong to want both? The career and something else? Only if you never ask for it, Miranda replied wisely. The autumn evening when everything changed began with a text from Jack asking if Emma could meet them at the hospital. Lily had fallen at school and needed stitches. Emma abandoned a budget meeting mid-sentence. She found them in a pediatric exam room, Lily brave-faced but clutching her father's hand while a doctor prepared to stitch a gash on her forehead. At Emma's entrance, Lily reached for her too. "You came," Jack said, relief evident. "Of course I came," Emma replied, taking Lily's other hand. Later, as they walked to Jack's apartment through leaf-strewn streets, Lily skipping ahead despite her bandage, Jack stopped walking. "I'm falling in love with you," he said without preamble. "And it terrifies me." Emma's breath caught. "Jack. Let me finish," he interrupted gently. "I never expected this. After Sarah died, I thought that part of my life was over. I focused on Lily, on keeping our heads above water. Then you literally fell into my lap, and everything changed. I'm not good at this," Emma admitted. "Relationships. Family. I've spent my whole life building my company. I know. That's what makes this complicated." He ran a hand through his hair. "You have your London decision coming up. We have Lily to consider. There are 100 reasons this might be a bad idea. And yet?" Emma prompted. "And yet I find myself planning my weeks around Thursdays. Lily asks about you constantly. I wake up thinking about your laugh." His vulnerability was absolute. "But I need to know if you're just passing through our lives or if you want to build something here." Emma felt the weight of the moment, the precipice of change. "I turned down London yesterday." Jack stared at her. "What?" "I realized something. All these years, I've been running toward success because I was afraid to stand still long enough to feel the emptiness. But with you and Lily, even mundane moments feel full." She took a deep breath. "I'm falling in love with both of you, and it terrifies me too." The transition wasn't smooth. Emma struggled to balance her still demanding career with being part of Jack and Lily's life. Jack sometimes retreated when memories of Sarah surfaced unexpectedly. Lily tested boundaries, alternating between adoring Emma and resenting the changes to her world with her father. Their first Christmas together brought things to a breaking point when Emma missed the school pageant where Lily had a solo because of a work emergency. "You promised," Jack said later that night, disappointment evident. "The Tokyo deal was falling apart," Emma explained, exhaustion making her defensive. "What was I supposed to do?" "Choose us sometimes," he replied simply. "That's all we're asking." Emma spent a sleepless night confronting hard truths about her priorities. The next morning, she presented her board with a restructuring plan that would allow her to delegate more while focusing on strategic direction. They resisted until she made it clear, this was non-negotiable. By spring, they had found a rhythm. Emma worked from Jack's apartment one day a week. Jack and Lily had security passes to visit her at Horizon. They created space in their lives for each other, imperfectly but sincerely. On a weekend trip to the beach, Emma's idea, despite project deadlines, Jack watched as Emma helped Lily build an elaborate sand castle, both of them laughing as waves threatened their creation. "I never thought I'd feel this again," he admitted that night after Lily was asleep in the rental cottage. "Feel what?" Emma asked, curled against him. "Complete." 1 year after their coffee shop collision, Jack proposed on bended knee in that same coffee shop, Lily bouncing excitedly beside him holding a hand-drawn sign that read, "Will you be our forever family?" Emma said yes through tears, realizing she'd finally found the success that mattered most. Their wedding was small but joyful, held in the botanical garden where Jack had first taken Sarah on a date, his way of honoring the past while embracing the future. Lily stood between them during the ceremony, her hand in both of theirs as they exchanged vows. The reception glowed with happiness until Emma found Jack standing alone on the terrace, looking at the stars. "Second thoughts?" she asked softly, joining him. "No," he said, pulling her close. "Just thinking about journeys. How the worst day of my life eventually led to finding you." Emma understood. Her own path had been shaped by losses and victories, all leading her to this unexpected family. "What are you two doing?" "It's cake time," Lily called, running toward them in her flower girl dress. As they walked back inside, Jack leaned close to Emma's ear and whispered 3 words, not the expected, "I love you," but something more profound. 3 words that acknowledged their shared journey through grief and healing. 3 words that recognized how completely they'd rebuilt each other's broken hearts. "We're home now." As their story comes to a close, remember that some of life's most beautiful beginnings happen by accident. 2 broken hearts found healing in the most unexpected way, reminding us that sometimes, falling, quite literally, into someone's lap can lead to falling into the life you never knew you needed. If this story touched your heart, please like and subscribe for more tales of unexpected love and second chances. Sometimes the universe has plans we could never imagine for ourselves, and the next chapter is just waiting to begin.